Hello everyone, welcome back to our third series of the Uncensored VC training. I'm Alberto, the co-founder here at RaiseHealth, and today we're going to talk about VDRs, the data rooms, surviving our MedTech diligence. All right, what is a data room? A data room is a place where you throw a bunch of information about your startup in hopes that whoever looks at it will learn as much as you do about your startup. Why deals go to die here? Because most of the time they're too chaotic, disorganized. And that messiness will signal investors that the same way that you can manage your files is the same way you're going to manage your company. And so there is a 30-second rule of like, if someone that's looking at data room cannot find the information they need, they will jump. If they cannot find information that they need, most likely they will pass on some sort of judgment. And trust me, it's not going to be positive. And for the folks that think that you don't need a VDR, right? You just go meet some investor in a conference, have a great chat, send your pitch deck, and you just go back and forth about everything. He sends you a question, you respond, sends you another question, you respond. A VDR will help you get that shortened. Like, you have to remember, an investor is very busy. If they're not in events, conferences, they're taking meetings, it will be close to dinner time, that time where they're actually sitting down and looking at everything they've done, correcting their notes. If they could have a place where they could learn everything that you know about your company at their own pace, at their own time, that will really help. And number two is the process of growing a startup is very chaotic, it's very confusing. Most of the time, you don't know how far you accomplish, what you've done, and you get lost in meetings after meetings after meetings. And so the data room will really help you organize yourself. You know that here's what things that you have to do that will actually generate value to your firm right now, which is fundraising. So having clarity and being able to look what you're missing, what's great, what's not great, will also help you dictate how you manage throughout your day. So I hope that that's helpful of, why we really recommend a VDR. Here at RaiseHealth, we break it down into 7 pieces. Obviously, every company is unique, but you could say that the first piece is what we call corporate legal. So you have your cap tables, your formation documents, then you have your pitch deck materials, exec summaries, your financials, where you put your use of funds, your performance, your clinical data, your regulatory, if you have talked to FDA already, you have your intellectual property, your FTOs, your patents, and then your reimbursement, right? Whether you're going to have a payer strategy and all these things. And before I jump into the software, the ultimate diligence stress test. So when you're looking at your VDR, be the first one to audit. Be the first one that's going to point out the flaws in that so that whoever looks at it, investor that looks at it, they will not lose confidence in your execution. Find the gaps before they opened and avoid the Excel trap. You may have the most beautiful financial model, but if you think that on year 2, 3, and 4, your COGS is going to go down, can you back it up? How do you back it up? Well, do a little bit of homework. Go talk to a contract manufacturer. Get a proposal agreement based on volume, and then leave that on your VDR so that whenever the investor looks at your model, they will be able to look at your VDR and say, okay, that person can back it up because they have a proposal from a contract manufacturer saying that, based on the orders of volume, here's the pricing that they will be willing to cover for the next, a year to 5 years. So that's how you essentially make and help you dictate throughout what's going to happen in your day, is by looking at your VDR and playing the devil's advocate. Trust me, no one is going to do that for you. And that has to come from you. It's actually better to come from you. All right, so here's what the software at RaiseHealth can help you, right? You can instantly provide a VC-grade audit of your data room. It will help you catch critical errors and help you digest, think things through, and then come up with fixes. All right, so again, you could look at, on the left side, you have your RaiseHealth Copilot. You can literally tell your Copilot to run your VDR analysis, and then you're going to have this agent, and the agent's going to run your VDR analysis. On the right side, if you can look at, you have your fundraising pathway. This is the 8 steps that the software will help you figure out where you are at. As you can see, we're still in this demo in the VDR Auditor tab, but we already worked through the elevator pitch. Great. And so once the VDR review is ready, it will generate a in-depth document. Inside this in-depth document, you will have, based on folders, what is the status? Do you have enough information there? What is your current critical deficiency? So the software will be your chief of staff, right? Will help you figure out what is missing, what you need to do to think this is good enough, this is not good enough. And then based on your VDR auditor, you'll be able to figure out what you should be doing next. So this closes the episode, the training for VDR today. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot us a message inside our LinkedIn community, and we'll see you in the next episode.